What's up, guys? So, first vlog after the Marauder Triathlon, first ever Marauder Triathlon. What a great day! Such a fun day, beautiful weather, really organised for someone who's never done one before, and uh, admittedly hadn't done too much research into what to expect on the day, other than transitions and how best to do that. It was so sort of easy to navigate. There was always someone um, to point you in the right direction if you didn't know where you were going. You get a load of badge numbers to put on your bike and your helmet and your tri-suit, etc. Someone there to give you a hand on what to do with that. I actually didn't know that you can get a band what you put your number on, so that's how you can easily switch the number from the back when you're on your bike to the front when you're running. So I just took the L and kept it clipped onto my back, because I was obviously not going to waste any time taking the clips off and put it on the front. But lesson learnt there. That's one thing, one experience that I'll take with me into the next one is to get one of them straps, super cheap. You can get off Amazon if you don't have one already. But yeah, so the event was amazing. Weather was beautiful. Everyone was so friendly. Such good energy in the air. In terms of performance, it wasn't bad. I think I did an hour and 25 minutes total. It was a 19-minute swim, 37-minute bike, and a 25-minute run, more or less, with a few seconds here and there. And it was about a 2-minute transition 1 and a minute transition 2. Absolutely looking to improve on all of them. My competitive edge is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I'm really looking to actually be serious about this now. The first one was fun. It was experience. It was getting used to the transitions. It was knowing where to be. It was knowing what to expect. I'm just going to get straight into it. In terms of performance and what to expect, I could not anticipate the swim element. I thought that was going to be my strongest discipline, and I just got so knocked back by. So I was in the third wave, which seemed to be the strongest competitors for the day, I believe. And I sort of arrogantly decided to go to the front of the queue. And when we started swimming, there was literally people swimming on top of me. It felt like I got so overwhelmed with the claustrophobic nature. As I was bringing my arms out, they were getting hit. So they were falling in too early. I was totally off rhythm with my breathing. Just fully freaked out. I actually stopped in the water, which is the beauty of Allerthorpe's lake, is you can just stand up in it. And I just had to gather my thoughts for a minute and sort of gain my composure, and then got back to it. So that really did stifle me, because then what happened is, to try and catch up again and sort of make up for lost time, I just kept my head down and swam as fast as I could. And then when I actually came out to sort of get my bearings, I swam away from the boys again, annoyingly, something that I'd done in that training session when I first went to visit the park and swim. So that's something I really need to work on, because my swimming's not bad. For someone who started this in February, my swimming's not too bad at all. And I think it could be something that will help give me a good start and build momentum for the rest of the race. So I'm looking forward to going to some tri clubs and swimming with other people and getting used to being in that crowd. But yeah, so the swim was somewhat of a write-off, but still happy with the overall sort of actual swimming performance in that regard, outside of the bad start and swimming in the wrong direction. Bike, wow. Transitioning, I don't use my legs that much, and I had researched that you should start kicking a little more when you're swimming as you're getting towards the first transition, just so you can get some blood in your legs and get used to it. And maybe I didn't do it enough, because when I hit the land, my legs were just not really cooperating. So it was a bit of a gesture of a run to get on the bike and get everything off. So yeah, first transition, I just have normal road bike clipping shoes. I don't have like tri-specific shoes with the Velcro that you can elasticate onto your bike and slip into. So it was a bit of a process. I saw some people kind of just taking the time with it, so I kind of fell into that rhythm. I put my socks on, put my clip on, put my shoes on, jogged out of the first transition and jumped on the bike and clipped in. To be fair, it didn't seem like too much of an advantage in some regards with these people with the tri shoes on, because I was taking a lot of them over, and I know it wasn't a race against other people, it's a time trial and it's a race against yourself, but that was sort of a motivating factor, was, you know, overtaking people, but I digress. So yeah, transition definitely needs to be worked on. I'm going to be practicing with that, and I think I'm going to invest in some tri shoes, because I do just like the idea of being able to jump on and keep that momentum and keep the breath rather than stopping my body and seizing up to a degree. The cycle was great, felt super strong on that. I literally stayed on the pedals the whole way, as hard as I could. It is a sprint after all, so I was just gritting my teeth, head down across the entire thing. There was no like rest at all. Even on the corners, I was still trying to stay on the pedals, and take them as tight as I could, and really drive into the sort of apex of the turn. So I felt really good on that. Like I said, took a few people over, which I wasn't competing against them, but it was a really good sort of thing. Like if I can dig deep and really and get past them, then it was just on to the next people. So it was just constantly giving myself a challenge to push myself harder. So it was still a race against myself, but I was just using other people as a sort of measure to try and compete against myself. And then jumped back in transition 2. That was a lot quicker. I was fired up at that point. I was locked in competitively. Competitively locked in and just felt fired up. So the run wasn't too bad. It was 25 minutes. It was only 2 or 3 months ago. I was running 30-minute 5Ks with like no previous training, to no sort of like previous disciplines. It was just a 5K run. So shaving 5 minutes off after having done 12 miles of cycling and half a mile of swimming is pretty good. But again, I'm looking to absolutely smash these times. Although I'm doing the Olympic next and then the Sundown, I do want to do another sprint and get a gauge on how much I can shave off that. But yeah, overall performance not too bad. Definitely want to do better, but really enjoyed it. Took a lot from the experience, and know what I need to work on now. So awesome for me. Really enjoyed it. Saw a few people there. Lee, who hit me up on the YouTube comments. We actually were right next to each other on the in the transition where we put our bikes. He looks to have smashed it. I've been stalking him on Strava. He's absolutely killing it with his training, so that's awesome. And speaking of Strava, Marauder have actually got a group on Strava now, so if you want to join on there and you can see what everyone's getting up to. I believe it's Charlie Swales, forgive me if I've mispronounced your name, the course winner for that day, for the sprint. He's on there now, so if you're looking to see what the best guys are doing at the moment, there's the place to be. I'm on there. There's nothing to see there for now. I did do 20k on Wednesday. I'm actually really happy with that. It's the whole thing's just sort of like strengthening the belief that you can sort of do it. Like for me, that not half marathon, I think it was 20k, it was a couple of k short, was just, I didn't care about how quickly I did it. It was just like, reinforcing in myself that I'm capable of going through pain and having the discipline to do it. Because sometimes you can do something and you kind of, that's your out. You go, oh, I don't have to do it. Like, I know I can do it. When the time comes, I can really, I'll push comes to shove, I'll do it. Whereas that for me was like, no, you need to do this just on a Wednesday night by yourself. Last time I did a half marathon was like 5 years ago. The most I've run is 7 miles leading up the training leading up to the sprint. So to do 12 miles just, you know, after your birthday celebrations and, you know, having a few too many beers and a few too many bits of cake and stuff, doing that 12 miles was a really good reinforcer, and kind of like establish that the training for the Olympic is underway. And just before, because I'm waffling on as usual, getting too excited, just before I go, I am going to be training mostly for the sundown. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but it's just what I want to do. And as much as I'm getting competitive, I still want this to be for me. So the Olympic is going to be another sort of, just a gauge to see how well I'm getting on. But the sundown's like 8 weeks, 9 weeks away. So really, you know, I need to be ready for that because that's a massive jump. It's a big leap. But so what to expect in the next couple of weeks? I'm going to be going to training with some various Yorkshire-based triathlon clubs. That's going to be awesome. Super excited. Going to learn loads. Going to get some real work in. I'm going to be given some legitimate direction rather than just sort of doing my own thing. I'm going to do sort of, I think the next one for me is because of, like I keep saying, this competitive edge is kicked in now, and I'm really feeling it. I need to be more disciplined. I'm a big boy. When I was looking at a lot of the guys, the serious guys that were looking to put in some proper time, you know, I'm not daft. They're obviously all super lean. So I'm going to be looking to tidy up the diet, be much more structured with my training routine. So basically next week's just going to be about upgrading my mind and my body in preparation for these next 2 races. Then I think I'm going to do an upgrade of the bike, a tune-up. So for those of you who are, you know, wanting to know what the best things to do just to make sure your bike's in good nick, and if there's anything you can be adding to it just to give you that edge, that's going to come up. And I'm actually going to do the sundown course, and you'll get an insight into what that's going to look like, and I'll actually do it, so you'll be able to see me probably throwing up and begging to not have to finish it. But Gareth's going to come with me and motivate me and keep me going, and he's going to film the entire thing, so we'll get a nice insight into what the entire course is going to look like, so you'll be able to prepare for that as well. So yeah, that's what's to come. And again, awesome event. I'm a triathlete now, super proud of everyone that did it. Need more comments. I'm so wholesome to have Lee comment on the YouTube video and then see him there. It was such a cool thing, and like I say, I've been following his progress and what he's been up to. I know he said he was worried about the swim. Sorry Lee, I'm sharing all your stuff here, but he said he was worried about the swim, and then I've seen him bloody doing 3,000 meters or something in a lake this week. So working on his weaknesses, strong Marauder mindset. So yeah, keep on coming in, guys. I can't wait to see everyone again, and yeah, I'll catch you next week.